Good morning. As the first rays of sunlight stretch across the White House grounds, the world outside is just beginning to stir. But inside these historic gates, a new day often brings more than just routine. Today we find ourselves at the heart of a story that blends beauty, history, and a touch of the unexpected. The White House Rose Garden is more than just a beautiful space. It's a living piece of American history. For generations, it has been a symbol of hope, diplomacy, and the quiet strength of the presidency. Every petal and pathway tells a story, echoing the footsteps of leaders and the whispers of countless historic moments. For decades, it has served as a stunning backdrop for presidential announcements and quiet moments of reflection. From major policy speeches to intimate family gatherings, the Rose Garden has witnessed the unfolding of history in real time. Its tranquil beauty has provided comfort and inspiration to those who have walked its paths. Recently, this iconic garden underwent a significant transformation, with traditional sod pathways replaced by elegant limestone walkways. The renovation was carefully planned, aiming to preserve the garden's classic charm while updating it for modern needs. Every detail, from the choice of stone to the arrangement of flowers, was chosen with the utmost care. The renovation aimed to blend modern needs with the garden's timeless elegance. Designers and landscapers worked tirelessly, ensuring that the new pathways would not only enhance the garden's beauty, but also stand the test of time. The result was a breathtaking blend of tradition and innovation, a space ready to welcome future generations. However, what was meant to be a proud moment took an unexpected turn. Just as the finishing touches were being celebrated, a sense of unease began to ripple through the staff. Something was amiss, and the excitement of completion quickly gave way to concern. Just as the dust was settling, a startling discovery sent ripples of concern through the White House. Security personnel and staff rushed to the scene, their faces etched with worry as they gathered around a newly renovated section of the garden. The air was thick with tension as whispers spread about what had been found. It wasn't a problem with the design or the flowers, but with the brand new stone that had been so carefully laid. Cracks and flaws appeared in the limestone, marring the pristine walkways and raising questions about the materials and workmanship. The discovery was both shocking and disappointing for everyone involved. This morning we'll walk you through how a routine day turned into a high-level investigation, revealing a costly mistake that marred one of America's most famous landscapes. Join us as we uncover the details behind the flawed renovation, the swift response from White House officials, and what it means for the future of this cherished national treasure. The discovery of the damage was as jarring as it was unexpected. It was a typical day, with staff going about their usual routines, when suddenly, the alarming sight came into view. During a routine inspection, a long, unsightly gash was found carved into the pristine limestone pavers. The damage was extensive, marring the otherwise immaculate surface of the walkway. This was no minor scratch. It was a deep scar stretching over 25 yards. The sheer length and depth of the gash suggested that it was not caused by a simple accident. The initial reaction was shock. Staff members and security personnel were stunned, unable to comprehend how such significant damage could have occurred without anyone noticing. How could such damage occur in one of the most secure locations on the planet? Was it vandalism? A deliberate act? The questions were endless, and the answers were nowhere in sight. White House personnel scrambled to secure the area and investigate. The scene quickly turned into a flurry of activity as staff members worked to assess the extent of the damage and gather any potential evidence. President Trump was quickly informed and personally inspected the damage, describing it as a huge, deep, and nasty gash. His background in construction made him particularly sensitive to such flaws. For a president with a background in construction, the sight was particularly galling. He understood the effort and precision required to maintain such a historic site, and seeing it defaced in this manner was infuriating. He saw it as a fundamental failure of professional responsibility. The damage was not just a physical scar on the property, but a symbolic one on the administration's ability to protect and preserve the nation's heritage. The discovery set off an immediate high-level inquiry. Meetings were convened, and top officials were called in to discuss the implications and next steps. This wasn't just a maintenance issue. It was a potential security breach and a significant embarrassment. The media quickly caught wind of the incident, adding pressure to resolve the situation swiftly. The search for answers had officially begun. Investigators combed through security footage, interviewed staff, and examined the damage in detail, determined to uncover the cause and prevent any future occurrences. When the mysterious damage was discovered, the White House immediately turned to its state-of-the-art security system, determined to get to the bottom of what had happened. With so much at stake and the integrity of the historic grounds in question, every angle needed to be explored. The security system, equipped with the latest in surveillance technology, offered a comprehensive record of every movement on the property. The Secret Service, along with the operations staff, meticulously reviewed hours upon hours of surveillance footage. They combed through every clip, searching for any clue that could explain the deep scratch marring the limestone. The process was painstaking, requiring patience and a sharp eye for detail, as they analyzed multiple camera angles and timelines. The breakthrough finally came when the team decided to focus on the final stages of the recent landscaping work. This was a period when many workers and subcontractors were present, moving equipment and materials throughout the garden. It was a logical place to look for answers, given the timing of the damage. The cameras captured a crucial moment. A subcontractor's crew was seen maneuvering heavy materials using a steel cart. The cart, clearly in disrepair, had a broken edge that dragged directly along the limestone pathway, creating a harsh, grating sound that was even picked up by the audio feed. The footage left no doubt. The cart's exposed metal frame was grinding into the stone, leaving behind a long, deep scratch that matched the damage found. The evidence was undeniable, and the cause of the mysterious mark was finally revealed. Even more surprising, the video showed the subcontractor's boss standing nearby, watching the entire incident unfold. Despite witnessing the damage as it happened, he made no effort to stop the workers or address the problem, raising serious questions about oversight and responsibility. With this clear and irrefutable video evidence, the mystery that had puzzled officials was finally solved. The security footage provided a detailed account of exactly how the damage occurred, leaving no room for doubt or speculation. It turned out that the damage wasn't the result of vandalism or malicious intent. Instead, it was an unfortunate accident caused by the very people hired to beautify and maintain the garden. Their carelessness, combined with faulty equipment, had led to the costly mistake. Armed with this new information, White House officials were able to respond swiftly and decisively. The incident underscored the importance of vigilance, accountability, and the critical role that modern security systems play in protecting our nation's most treasured landmarks. President Trump's reaction was shaped by his background as a builder. For him, this was more than an accident. It was an offense against quality and craftsmanship. He wrote, "Surfaces are very important to me as a builder, connecting the flawed stone to his own professional standards." Trump's experience in construction made him uniquely sensitive to such failures. He saw the gash as a lack of supervision and a profound disrespect for the project. His public statements blended presidential authority with the indignation of a seasoned developer. Fixing the Rose Garden became a matter of restoring a standard of excellence. For Trump, it was about more than repair. It was about upholding the integrity of the presidency. Once the cause was identified, President Trump acted decisively. The subcontractor would be held financially responsible for the costly repairs. The company was permanently banned from any future White House work. This was not just punishment for a single incident, but a message about professionalism. By making the consequences public, Trump underscored the seriousness of the offense. The response was swift and direct. No bureaucratic delays. The honor of working at the White House comes with immense responsibility. Any failure to meet that standard results in significant consequences. Trump's final word, "We caught them," cold, signaling the end of the investigation. The Rose Garden project is part of a larger effort by President Trump to remodel and update the White House. Since returning to office, he's launched several high-profile renovations, including an overhaul of the Oval Office. Trump believes the White House should project strength and grandeur, shaping it to fit his vision. Plans include a proposed 90,000-square-foot ballroom in the East Wing. These projects reflect his long-term vision for transforming the presidency's physical footprint. The Rose Garden renovation was a key piece of this legacy. The damage was not just a flaw in a garden, but a disruption to a sweeping campaign of renewal. The Rose Garden renovation, ordered in March 2025, aimed to improve both aesthetics and practicality. Traditional sod pathways often cause problems during formal events, especially after rain. The new limestone pavers created a solid all-weather surface for guests and media. The renovation also updated drainage and added new electrical and audio-visual cabling. The goal was a more functional, resilient, and beautiful space for presidential events. The stone was chosen to complement the White House's architecture. For Trump, the new pathways were the centerpiece of a vision for a pristine, powerful, and practical garden. The damage was a direct blow to that vision. With accountability assigned, the focus shifted to restoring the Rose Garden. The White House announced repairs would begin soon, with meticulous oversight. Damaged limestone would be removed and replaced with carefully matched new stone. Expert stonemasons would ensure a flawless finish. The process would be overseen by White House groundskeepers to guarantee quality. The goal: erase any sign of damage and return the garden to perfect condition. The subcontractor would cover all costs, but the White House would ensure no corners were cut. The Rose Garden's restoration is a matter of national pride. The Rose Garden incident has become a lesson in oversight and contractor management. Future projects will see stricter vetting and supervision of all workers on White House grounds. The privilege of working on national treasures demands the highest level of care. The decision to ban the negligent company sends a clear message to all contractors. Even small oversights can have major consequences. President Trump's hands-on approach was key to the swift resolution. The incident has led to permanent improvements in White House project management. The swift repair ensures the garden's beauty is restored. Most importantly, the lessons learned will help protect the White House for generations to come.